Eager students, this is Biology Exploration 1.5. All life obtains and uses energy. All right, let's get a little definition for energy in there. It's pretty simple, even though it's an abstract concept. Energy is just the ability to cause some sort of change. Okay, so in our picture of our spawning salmon here, the change they are causing is they are moving from one location to another. Later on, they'll be probably consumed by a grizzly bear, and they will provide energy for that bear and allow for future change. All right, now, here's what most living things use most of their energy for. Now, there's some other things besides this, but these are the big energy consumers. Number one is growth. So as you get bigger or to keep your living tissue growing and alive, you're going to have to use energy. Number two is reproduction. So these spawning salmon are expending a tremendous amount of energy right now to get to the spawning grounds and reproduce. And then there is movement. So in order to move from one place to another, you're going to have to move those muscles, or if you're a single-celled organism, your cilia or flagella, and get from one place to another to go out and find all those things you need to maintain homeostasis. So where does our energy come from? Well, for living things, there's three primary sources for energy. By far, the one that is used the most is sunlight. All right, so green plants and certain bacteria can go through photosynthesis and take sunlight and convert it into usable sugars for energy. Some organisms, especially organisms called extremophiles, they can actually use chemicals that just kind of bubble up through the Earth's surface or that are available in certain regions of the world. And that's a process called chemosynthesis, where instead of using sun to make sugars, they use the energy and chemical bonds to make sugars. And then finally, there's what you and I use, which is food, right? We eat food to provide energy for our bodies, and we break this food down to release the energy through a process called respiration. All right, now finally, one term that people have a lot of trouble with or use incorrectly is metabolism. And metabolism is really just how an organism uses their energy. And metabolism is broken down into two different parts, anabolism and catabolism. And you'll hear people say, oh, I've got a really high metabolism, I can eat whatever I want. They don't really mean that their metabolism is high. For example, if you have high anabolism, you're really good at packing on the pounds because you're awesome at storing energy. Now, if you have a high catabolism, you can eat whatever you want because you're really good at releasing the energy in your food. So rather than store it away, you just burn it all up. So anabolism and catabolism together make metabolism. All right, join us next for 1.6, All Life Responds to Its Environment.